Hello, everybody. This is Gayla from Gayla's Place, and it's actually Blessed Creations on Facebook. Um, I do custom orders. This album that I'm getting ready to show you is for sale. You can contact me on my page and private message me. I write this down because it's easier. You can screenshot it, save it, instead of having to try to remember how to locate me. If you're like me, my memory is my memory shot. So that is where you can find me. And this album I've had, I have some pictures on Facebook of this album, and I've had multiple requests for videos. So here it is. And I'm not going to lie, this is my third attempt. The neighbor who works on race cars is over there revving his engine. So if you hear that, just ignore it. It is a beautiful fall day here. We actually had a freeze overnight in Illinois, 31 degrees. And we're not even in November. So that's a little unusual. So anyway, this is an album that I made using some of my all-time favorite papers, the Prima romance novel and Marion Smith's chapter 2 romance novel. Absolutely gorgeous papers. The Prima is a bit more matted and a bit more distressed, older looking paper. The Marion Smith is a bit brighter and more vibrant color, and it's together. It's a wonderful marriage. It's a wonderful union of the two, and it makes a very, very nice album. I've been collecting and I'm not going to lie, hoarding paper. I've actually bought paper from the UK even to get more of the romance novel. I think I've pretty much, this been years ago, and I think I've pretty much exhausted my suppliers, but I've got enough to probably work in another album or two in the future. But right now, I decided to do something new and something old together. The old being the romance novel paper, and the new being, this is Kathy King, Paper Phenomenon. Her design. This is the Mr. Benjamin album, which is made to hold at least 100 photos, and I can, this isn't even in its entirety, and you can put, I'd say you can put anywhere from 100 to 125, 130 photos in this particular one, and they can even go higher. It just depends on how creative you want to get and how much you want to put in it. I have put a little charm here on the side, and I've made it to where it can clip right off, because I don't know about you, but I like my album to lay flat when I want to look at it. So that's why I made it where all you need is a hook. I've used, this is from the Prima collection, but other than that, this is just some metal stuff that I had that really, I think, kind of goes with the times and is really pretty. Just some pearls, the antique scissors, the pocket watch. I love pocket watches. And actually too, this album, when I do sell it, it's gonna go with, I got it as a free gift. It's gonna be a pack of the Prima, the wood clips from the romance novel collection, the actual Prima collection. So, and I do have some other items too, so I might decide to trade it if you would like to trade it for flowers instead or something like that too. So pretty open with that, but anyway, that's just a little bonus. But anyway, let's get started on the album. I have used from the collection to hold the charm, the actual, this is the little wood plate. It's a Prima. It's the Prima romance novel, the little ticket looking little wood plate with a little hook on it for you to just hook it on there and take it off if you'd like. Don't even have to have it if you don't want it. You want to tie something else on there, whatever you want to do. I've used some of the little corner metal pieces. I love those, how they accent. This is the 6x6 paper in the middle here, and those are still you're still able to get those at some places. I know they're getting few and far between, but I do believe Hobby Lobby still has those, and some people on Etsy sell them as well. But this is from the original Prima collection, the romance novel. It's a little postcard and the little air balloon. Very, very cute. And then some beautiful roses. Now this little bottle cap, this is actually Prima collection romance novel as well. Very beautiful. This is the, that is a Williams typewriter, and I actually did some research on those, and there's going to be some mention of that here later in the album. I've got some Anna Griffin, her die cuts across the bottom here, which I have accented with some gold distressing ink. I've distressed all the black edges with gold. Absolutely love the look of it. It just looks older, distressed, and it's just beautiful. So anyway, let's get started before I run out of time again and I have to throw my phone out in the alley if I had one. So anyway, here we go. This is it's a signature thing from the Mr. Benjamin. This opens up. It's magnetic. And this is actually Marion Smith's paper here. See the difference in the colors are really, they pop. That mixes well with the matted colors. Then you open this, you can place photos here, photos on the flaps if you'd like. In here, I thought this would be wonderful if you was using it for a wedding album or something. You could put your invitation, your even your wedding certificate, copy of it, anything in here. I made this little photo mat with one of the journal cards from the collection. You can write on it here, put your photos in here. And as always, we do not adhere the embellishments to the paper. These are temporary. It's just repositional tape glue stick. White paper comes off, your photo goes right in that spot, and you can use that as a template for what size. And again, I've distressed all these edges of all of these. Every piece of paper in here is distressed on the edges with gold. Even here, they really, really look nice and finished. Here you're going to hold your 6x4 or 4x6, and these I've made these labels on my computer so that it makes it look like typewriter print. I love that. And printing them out like this and cutting them was so much easier than having to stamp them and cut them. Again, none of these are attached. These come right off, and the photos, full photos, go right in there. No room, no need for cropping here. These 4x6 pads work wonderful for this. You can cut them to use them as the bottom piece, or they'll cover the whole flap perfectly without being altered one bit. It's fabulous. Made a little pocket here. And none of this stuff is coming out. This pockets are deep enough to hold everything. Again, photo goes under here. Just beautiful. And I left enough room where you got plenty of room for photos, but you can leave the paper too, the full pages if you wanted to, because they're so pretty and we can't get them anymore. These have all been edged as well. This is made with 80-pound paper, made very, very strong, very, very, very nice. Will hold up. I did a lot of fussy cutting. You just don't throw any little piece of the paper from this collection away. You can use anything, anywhere. It's just gorgeous. I don't want to get rid of any of it. I just use it all, scraps and all. This is an unusual cut size, but you can put your photo here, note here, journal here, more photos on the back. This, you can, there's plenty of room for pictures. You can just leave that whole page just open if you'd like to, or covered. It's all up to you. Here, maybe a photo here, some journaling here. Each of these flaps have 6 of these. 6 places for 4x6s, and it still leaves you a plenty of an edge around there to frame your photos. Here's another perfect place for a photo, but still you want to you can still leave some of your decoration. Beautiful paper. I love working with this paper. It's not even work when I'm using this. I love this. I did some more fussy cutting and added it to this. I can do anything with this paper. I just absolutely love it. That's why it's my favorite. And then this is a big place for you to put notes or anything you'd like to, a poem, anything special. And I've made these cards. I've distressed these as well. The 4x4s here. You can write on, you can write your little note here on this little telegram card or telegraph card. And these are something that I got actually from Tim Holtz. A whole big package of these. I did what Kathy said. You want your album to be flat, not all bulky and bumpy. So I tear off that big chunk of cardboard behind there, and then I've distressed it because the white just doesn't look right against the the other colors. So I took it and I just took my distressing ink and I just went over it. Just go over it, color it up, and look how nice that did. It dries, it does not come off, and it just blends in really well with the vintage look. So that is a really good thing to... These all came with it, and I've used tons of them already. So this is a very good thing to use. Very good with this collection, too. There's plenty of them that I've used in here. This is some more of Marion Smith's, from her Chapter 2 collection. And this is the card from the original collection. I love this. And I took my circle stamp. Just took my circle stamp and punched out a lot of the really cute decorative pieces to make them look like they're a nice little embellishment. Add some little words here and there and little pieces. More photo mats. You know, and you can always add photo mats to these albums. This album has plenty of room for expansion. Again, pretty paper. If you want to cover it, you can. You don't have to. Another 6 places for photos. If you want to put them to the side and have to go like that too, instead of having them. But with our cell phones these days, everything's up and down, it seems like. This page, I cut it out. Cut out a little groove here so that you could stick your photos or these little cute little cards in here. Put this little note card thing you can write on it. But those, they just fit, they're beautiful, and they leave just in their frame around them. Again, a place to write on here. Maybe a little photo here for fun, or write with a white marker. There's plenty of room for embellishments of your own, or notes, or anything you'd want to add to this album. I did not try to clutter it up. There's another one of those. This one's a little higher up, but it's really, really got, they had really some neat sayings in there. This is Marion Smith's again. Again, hers is just more vibrant, so her color pops against the plain, the more matted of the original papers. They really, really just go well together. These I left open because they're beautiful. It's beautiful, and you can note it on it. You can add a picture here and still maybe leave your. It's up to you. You can cover the paper if you want or leave it open. I didn't put one of the pockets here, but I just left it all open, and I added the enjoy the journey. Sometimes you might just want to get on a hot air balloon and just take off and just enjoy the journey. Go where the wind takes you. Here's another little pocket piece that I used, ticket piece from the Marion Smith, and made a pocket out of it. And some of the little cards. And here's another one that I used. I used this as a little pocket. This is from the 6x6 collection, and it's one of the little mailing envelopes. And I took and I added one of the little note cards. So cute. You're thinking, what, you know, when you're looking at those 6x6, what am I going to do with all these little cutouts? But when this album here, and it sounds like I'm promoting her album, and I am, the Mr. Benjamin album is phenomenal. I love it. I had the seller license for it. I own the tutorial and everything. So I am licensed to sell it. So this, like I said, this album is for sale. And I do customs with this album. I love it. It's my favorite. It holds tons of photos, and there's so many ways you can enhance it. I left a place there to note on. Let's see what this. It's just, this album's perfect for those little tidbits that come with a 6x6 pad. I mean, you could do a whole book in that for these pages, and you could always use other papers to enhance. I mean, for the bigger pages, you know, and enhance these, the looks of these with another collection that the colors are similar. Doesn't have to all be the same thing. Just play it up. It's supposed to be fun. This, I just kind of added it, cut it out, fussy cut it, and added it to this. And that's what this stuff you can just cut and paste anywhere. This little limited collection or edition is another one of the Tim Holtz's. This will hold your 4x4s. You can write notes on this. This under here, your photos will slide under there. You got a place here if you wanted to add something or a name, or I left plenty of room for you to add some stuff of your own. Be authentic. Always be yourself, because it's usually the best thing to be anyway. 5x7s you can put in here. 4x6s. It's your choice. This one this black paper is very pretty. It's got some wording in the background and how well you can see it. I thought this would be a great place for a couple photos or a big photo, a poem, a letter, anything, a keepsake, love letter, because this is a romance novel after all.